we're sitting down with Da'Vine Joy Randolph. Do you know that we have the same middle name?
Oh, I love that.
Chelsea Joy Handler.
That's beautiful.
And,
they did a good job.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, that's nice. Chelsea Joy.
Yeah, first of all, Da'Vine is joining us on her wedding day. She is in a beautiful white wedding dress, and she's on her way to get married and had time to squeeze in an episode of Dear Chelsea. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited to meet you. I don't know if I met you when you won your Oscar a couple of years ago. I feel like
during that time, right?
We were at a party at around in awards season because I said something and you go, Chelsea, and like shut up, and I was like, how does this you rolled your eyes, but in a way in an affectionate way where you understood me right away, and I appreciated that. I want to, before we talk about your current movie that we're going to discuss, I want to talk about that kind of period of time in your life because you had such a powerful acceptance speech when you won. You won more than an Oscar. Didn't you win a couple of other awards as well? Yeah. Okay. So when you you said some really powerful things, and one of the things that you said, did you go back and watch that speech ever? Okay. One of the things that you said was that you spent so much time trying to be something that you weren't, and only when you started or really became who you are, did you start to get rewarded for that?
Right. Because I think in this industry or wherever, right, you want to figure out how you can make yourself the most marketable or you know what I mean? I think I was still in the process of the becoming and figuring myself out. But I think where I misstepped or where it took a longer process for me to get to the thing is that I was trying to figure out my similarities in other established things that was successful and try to find those things within myself and not realizing it's just that work on this. This is the thing. Do you know what I mean? I guess I have this part of this person that everyone loves and enjoys. Let me bring that out, or this aspect. And then it through that process. And that's a huge reason why I do like acting, because at least for me, I always say if I wasn't an actor, I'd be like a behavioral psychologist, because I'm very fascinated into the how and the why that people move and tick and do the things they do. And what I like about acting is that it requires me to develop a skill set to not only examine other people, but I hope we're also examining ourselves. So in this process of this career, it took me some time, but that I finally landed on, oh, no. It's here, it's within you. And let those things shine, and the right people will align and attract to those things.
And when you have that feeling about yourself, right, when it clicks in that you want to be who you really are, isn't it crazy the way the universe starts drumming up all of the positivity in your life when you get on your own team?
There's an ease, there's a fluidity, there's an abundance. And things just, it just clicks in, and you're like, gosh, why didn't I?
And it's
do this sooner.
It's not resisting.
No,
because what you're talking about, and as women, we all have done this, resisting who you really are instead of embracing who you really are.
Yeah, because I think in life, at least for me, growing up, you see these things in women that are older than you that you aspire to. I remember it used to be like my aunt and her jewelry and how it seemed so feminine. I used to love the bracelets she used to have, right? So we lock these things of okay, when I grow up, I want that. When I grow up, I want to do that. And I think I was collecting all of these things, which I think is beautiful, of women in my life that I loved, and in the process overlooking who I was becoming as a woman, and that I already had some of my own things.
Well, and I do think when you're developing your creative voice, you're at first sort of seeing what you like and copying those things. But after a while, if you're successful at it, you do get into your own voice. You find through what you like, you find your own voice. That can help.
Yeah, and it's also nice. It's powerful. We were just talking about ascension, the idea of ascending as a woman, the idea of you are growing into the woman that you're supposed to become. And I like to think of that. I had a friend at Glastonbury this this year of all places where we were discussing this. Like we're ascending. Like it's not, that's why I hate when people complain about their age. It's like,
I don't get into it.
No, I don't
Ageism.
fuck with
What
it.
do you mean?
I don't fuck with age. I just do it.
Just
I
live. What do you
lean
mean?
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, women, especially now that we're all kind of realizing how important it is to stick together rather than to separate, that like you can help, like what you're saying about your aunt's jewelry, like I can totally relate to that as being a young child and looking to things that you want as part of your identity, like when you grow up. And that's like part of our ascension. That's when our ascension starts. Like when you're a little kid and you start to envision who you're going to be.
Exactly.
And then all of the things along the way that kind of maybe bump you off track and then getting back on the right track. What do you think, like in terms of adversity, something that really shaped you in your younger years that helped you?
Totally. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I was really grateful that my parents, they knew I had a gift in performance, but they let me do any and all of it. Like I was like the after school kid. I did all the programs and stuff because I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to land. But I started off by way of singing. And I think growing up as a Black woman, there's certain things that you have to deal with, especially when you want your gifts to be displayed in public, like through performance, that very quickly I understood, sometimes quicker than other kids did, the differences and how to celebrate them, own them, not shy away from it, and actually, like we were saying, lean into it. And so it required me to have this kind of actually quiet but grounded confidence and resilience at a very young age.
How young?
Like elementary school, because my mom is an educator, and so education was really important. I lived in the same city all throughout up until high school, but nonetheless, I had an Army brat kid mentality because I changed schools so much. Until graduate school, I had never stayed at a school for more than 2 years because it was never good enough for my mom, or in some weird ways, the school burned down or it stopped at grade 5 or whatever. And so because education was important, I went to predominantly white private schools. And so some of these schools would require me to do testing to get in that they did not require other people to do. Later we found out. And so that kind of sense of like competition, but also like my mom celebrated it. I remember when I would do the testing, she would like pull me out of school to go test for this other school. And then she would like take me out to a really nice lunch. And she kind of like hid the fact. It wasn't until later that I realized, why am I testing to get into this school? And sometimes it was like, so you can get a scholarship. Because to be honest, we couldn't afford to go to these private schools. But I think it was early realizing like, not everyone in the world wants you. Do you know what I mean? And is as open and as inviting. And I learned that early. And so what my parents did that I'm really grateful for is they just they were like, look, this is the world and it is what it is, but we're not going to be victims or completely change, you know what I mean? Or you bow your head in any way. You're going to be polite. You're going to be a good person. You're going to treat people well. And you're also going to have a confidence and a knowing within yourself. And so that was early. And I'm grateful for that because now with this as a career, like it's tough and you need that tough skin. I think sometimes when people comment on those kind of essences of what they see, I'm like, oh, well, I had to do this young. It's just now transitioning to a different platform, medium, whatever, because you're out there on display and on your own.
Yeah, and you've been to lots of schooling also. You went to Oxford, you studied Oxford, you studied singing in Oxford?
Shakespeare, because I had gotten to Yale and I realized, oh, I don't know this at all. Because I came into it, so I got into acting through being rejected from singing. So I was but I'm a classically trained opera singer. And so we were doing Aida, which is a very intense story.
Is that she related to Evita?
No. She was like a slave. Well, she was first a princess in Egypt, and then gets enslaved by this really hot guy. So she ends up falling in love with, and they have this interracial relationship, which totally was not the thing at that time. They get buried alive as they're singing this beautiful song. Like, it's epic, right? So
but
I was
not
like,
Evita.
but
Definitely not Evita.
No, different
Got it.
time.
Got
Different
it.
time. But no, so I remember being like, oh, like, not that I was into acting at all, but I was like, I think I need to do a little more than just like sing. And they were not into that. And so I worked with an acting coach on it just so I could, do my job well. And they did not like it. And they ended up flunking me out. And I was like, okay. And it was my mom, right? So adversity. That was my junior year. And it was my mom that was like, you go across that street to the theater department, probably because most of the credits transferred. But she was like, I actually think you can do this as well, which at that time as a junior in college, you're thinking about, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm about to be on my own. I'm now a singer. Like, fly me to Milan, feed me pasta, and I'm about to sing opera. You know what I mean? Like, that was, so my entire world quickly changed. And so that was definitely a moment of adversity. But like, yeah, so acting came way later, got into Yale, but that was an area where I was like, I'm not equipped for it because I didn't have that formal training. And so, yes, that's why I went to Oxford to study Shakespeare.
Wow. How cool is that?
Yeah, it was really cool. Where they filmed the dining hall scenes for Harry Potter was our like cafeteria.
So what do you think about all the Shakespeare lore that like Shakespeare didn't really write all of his stuff?
Intense,
like
right?
what's your take on that? Because did you read that book? Did you read Hamnet? Have you read that book? They're making
I haven't,
a movie.
but I'm really excited.
So that's a lot
so
about
good.
that too, about Shakespeare and like with a lot of people.
Part of me believes, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's like super geniuses, but don't you feel the same thing of like, I don't want to be controversial, but like Da Vinci or Michelangelo, like, did you really do all of them? Like, maybe you had a staff, like a team of people, team of writers that we collectively, but like, okay, I get it. He's the figurehead of it all, but I don't know. I mean, that's a lot of books.
It's a lot to do. It's a lot
Maybe
of work
he
to
did
do.
Maybe
but I know, I don't believe, like, when you hear about erasure of art and history and all of that, it's just women and we got no credit for doing it. So I'm sure that they all, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I believe all of it now.
Yeah.
At first, I'm like, that's such a big thing to cover up. But then as you learn more and more, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is all women. And nobody wanted to give them any fucking credit because.
Totally. Yeah.
Or even like 200 years later, they'll be like, yeah, it was a man that did that one. It was actually, everyone already knew it was a woman that did that.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Okay.
Weird.
Well, wait, I want to circle back though to
Sure.
you winning your Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for The Leftovers, because I just want to revisit and ask you what that time in your life, now that you've had time.
Yeah.
What does that time in your life mean to you? How did it feel? How do you look at it now?
Yeah. It was a lot. It was also because the industry was at odds, meaning it was that award season, there was strikes. You know what I mean? For writers, then the actors. So timeline-wise, now was when so the movie I'm promoting now and that movie are coming out the same exact day. And so due to the strikes, it wasn't until, I think it was like November 10th, that we could even get involved. That was part of the bylaws. Like, we could not promote or anything. And so it was a very unique experience. And then once the strike ended, it was just full steam ahead. It's all a blur. I was like, it was a marathon.
Those campaign season, award season. I mean, it does turn into a campaign. It's like,
let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
And I say right? So different people could do different things when you say campaign, but at the very least, you got to show up. You got to show up to a lot of different places in front of a lot of different people. And I just try to just come from an authentic place of like, I'm just going to speak about what I love and what I love to do and why I love this character, because that was the only way I was going to be able to get through it. Because it's 8 months. It's a very long time.
It's like having a baby.
You do. That's honestly, I did not. Because people are like, oh my God, you cried. I said, no. I bawled because it was a release. Quiet as it kept. It's done. Mm-hmm. We're done. We did this from November to March. I'm complete.
Yeah, you're.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
It just was like,
I get it.
I had the best sleep that next day because you just like, we did. I'm so grateful, but we did it, and it's done.
Well, a lot of people win an Oscar and then they end up leaving their partner. Did you do that?
No, I didn't know. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
It's the best actress curse, right?
Is it best actress or best supporting?
It's the best actress curse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's best,
What? Like how quick?
Like, I mean, within a year, I know it happened to Hilary Swank, Kate Winslet, like a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think why. Maybe because you're not around. You're not home. You may, but
I just figured it's because their husbands weren't carrying their weight, you know?
That's like, I got my Oscar now. You can get the fuck out of here.
You know what it makes me think of? You know how like if you get a surgery or something done? I've experienced this. You get a surgery or something, you come to, and you're like, you know what? Let me do some inventory through people. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe it was that, right? Of like, by doing something else, you had time to think and be like, actually, you're not shit. So my eyes are now open. Right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
To be very clear, I've always made a vow to myself, and maybe this is a very feminist thing to say, I don't care if I'm in a relationship or not. I don't ever want them on the red carpet with me. Because it's not about you, respectfully. It's not. / you know, as a woman, I don't want that to then be the conversation. It's all about what we're here for. My job and what I did. And I feel like women, I don't think maybe some men get this or then they're like, oh my God, tell me about your partner. Da, 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 da. Do you want to have babies? Da, da, da. And it's like, but let's do the job. And so for me, I always made that a thing early that I was like,
I love that.
And that's like, you know, for me, acting's the job, but all this stuff comes up with it, right? And being in the public eye, but that's something that I want to always keep for myself. I don't ever want the industry to have that because the reality is this is very hard to do. You want to make sure that your support, whatever that looks like, family, you know what I mean, your main partner, that's protected because you need that to be a good, safe space for you to, you know what I mean, have that sounding board with.
So would you date an actor? Have you dated actors?
No. I've come close to dating them.
It's kind of hard to be an actor.
Actors are,
I know, it's an ick. But, you know, I mean,
they treat it like it's a sport. Oh, I gotta go work out because I got this role.
Yeah, right.
Playing somebody who works at the grocery store. Like, why are you now hitting the iron so hard? They like treat it like it's the Olympics and it's very fratty. It can be very fratty energy. That's icky to me. I haven't yet met the actor guy that's like, you know what I mean? Because he's an actor, he's like emotionally intelligent and is like a little soft with the mask. The ones that are interested in me are like bros, and it just makes me want to vomit. But like, I also think people frown on and like miss the opportunity of like crew. That's yummy.
Yeah.
Every woman has had a moment while filming.
Oh yeah,
right?
This happened to me the
and
other
you're
day.
in a scene and you look over and you're
I
like,
definitely want to have sex with that guy right over there. I definitely, totally can relate.
Like lifting stuff all day.
They're hotter because they're not in there. Because
they're regular.
They got a beard.
Yes, and they dress like they're tatted. Yeah. They've got excellent facial hair. They wear hats really well. Ooh, and they're ripped, but like just enough ripped.
Yes.
That it's like, it's because I lift heavy things all day.
Yeah, it's not the glamour muscles. It's just like strength.
And I think it's something really refreshing if they're so regular. That you're like, yum. Yeah, that's a good one.
I like yum. I like that. I mean, I was looking at this guy the other day. I was filming something like 3 days ago with Kevin Hart. He was shooting this show and I came in to do something on it. And there was a crew guy.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, that guy is fucking hot. And I was mic'd. And everyone heard me, including him. And that was my intention. I was like, I just want you to know I think you're hot.
Yes, absolutely.
You should know, you know?
And they love it. They love it too. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could do an actor. And the director thing is weird to me too. It feels like a dad thing that freaks me out a little bit, you know? Because they think like they're like over you in some way. They're like a little bit smarter than you because they're running things. I don't do well with that. We're equals. Cut it out. You know what I mean? Like, So I always think with the directors, it's like, ew, it feels like a daddy thing. Like I'm dating this older guy. He could be my same age, but just how they carry themselves.
Yeah. Well, a woman director probably wouldn't act like
amazing.
That. No, I've worked with female. Have you worked with female directors?
More, please.
I mean, isn't it
the way
wonderful?
They get things done? It's astonishing. I literally just try to take notes and be like, pass it along to the next male director that I work with, because you would think they're reinventing everything. It's baffling.
It's amazing how efficacious women are when, like, I just posted something on my Instagram the other day talking about how men are, it's just so disappointing. Like, just they're most, and it's not all men. We have nice men here. Brad, your husband is a nice man.
Sure.
I don't want everyone to think that I'm a man hater because everyone thinks that. But it really, the comments that came in on my video about why I'm not dating anyone, the women were like, and it's like every man just needs to read all those comments.
Yes.
Like, women are opting out of, not just actor men. We're talking about men as a whole. At least
Absolutely.
I am. But when you're talking about acting, like, men who take themselves too seriously, like, that's gross. That's an ick.
Gross.
But there's so many other problems along with that,
Yeah.
And anyone who doesn't understand should go read those comments on my Instagram from all the women, because women were saying stuff, and like I snapshotted some of them and sent them to you, and I was just like, oh my God, we are so unified in how we are all feeling. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like, what is it called? Purple weddings, rainbow weddings, where you marry your gay best friends?
Lavender.
Get it? I understand.
Do you have a gay best friend?
I do.
Yeah.
We've talked about it several times. I'm like, do you wanna?
Should we just?
We were like, no, let's just be besties. But I can process and understand why people would do it.
Yeah.
Some people just want to feel safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
tax breaks.
And let's keep in mind, people were doing this for decades, all the time. But now, we love to label things in this day and age. But
what have people been doing for decades?
Like being
like
beers or lavender marriage.
Right.
For you, and so happy, and like then have the agreement. To me, I'm like, it's no different from like an open relationship. You just. This is us, and then
here I go with someone else. This is us, and this is me walking away from us to my other boyfriend
at some point, and we love it. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your movie Eternity.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a great premise for a movie. We like this because how can we talk about it without giving away the plot? We can talk about it, right? Because I don't want to give anything away.
Sure.
Okay, so the choice is basically, if you had the choice, it's two men. If you had the choice to. How do I describe this?
You choose between, she's choosing between her husband that she had for a couple of years, who she was very in love with and who was very hot. It's a plot point.
He's very hot.
They're both hot.
Yeah, please, for the sake of this press tour, please say that both of them are hot.
They're both hot. But one's like hot, was every man hot. It's like one's crew hot.
One's hotter. One is hotter.
One is crew hot. That's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
But and then he dies, and she's choosing between him and the husband that she was with for decades that she built a life with. So it's sort of like
so she gets the option.
Yeah.
So you're suspending disbelief because this is afterlife.
Yes.
You get the option to either meet your first husband that died and get back together with him and all the possibilities of what never happened.
Right.
Or you get to stay with the husband that you have now, who you do have those memories with, and you have created a life.
Yeah. It's a valid question.
Yeah.
It makes you really think about all of your exes. Like, and and if there's anyone you would ever feel like, I understand someone dying and being ripped out of your life, you would always question that, right?
Yeah.
You would always, as a woman, what if he was alive? What if what would our life have been like? But it's harder to think about in the framework of a breakup because that's different. It's over because it's broken.
Yeah.
So
are you the type that like when it's done, like when they're your ex, are they your ex, or can you like still like chit chat and
I don't
hang out?
typically talk to my exes until about 10 years after our relationship ends.
That's right.
And that's usually when they'll resurface, and then it's nice.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing left there.
Yeah, exactly.
No one cares. No one's angry.
I don't think people realize that. I don't want to make a generalization about women, but when we are done, we're done. It's gone. And I don't think guys realize. I don't think they really get that, and they're confused. Like I think they say scientifically too, like women process a breakup and how a man does literally is in reverse order, which is like makes sense.
So what is it?
we go through all the big feelings first. Like we basically go through it in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And
crying.
in order, and we get to that point when then we're like at peace with it. They're in denial. They'll go out, party, you know what I mean, smash other people, whatever. And right at the point when we are like, I'm at peace, they're now processing it.
And that's when the phone rings.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Or like, there's that weird phenomenon. Like, I don't like to say that men are dumb, but I will say one thing that they do have that's fascinating. You realize like when something's going on in your life or like that next partner you had or that moment where you're like, life is good. They call or text you it's spooky. And you're like, what like kinetic thing it happens and it's a different person. It's not like, oh, that one guy that he's no, they'll just send a text and you're like,
jump scare.
Yeah. Stay strong.
Yeah.
That's why you got to block them. Block and blast.
I'm strong in a block.
Right?
I'm strong in a block. Don't play with me.
I'm stronger than a block.
Yeah.
I don't need a block. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to call you, so it doesn't matter. I don't need a block. Like, I trust myself. Now I do. Now, when I was young and a drunk, like I'd get drunk and call, booty call people. That was always so humiliating. But I'm so glad that that's not even an option. You know what I mean? Anymore. I don't have to be worried about how I'm going to act if I have a couple drinks.
I know. Yeah. It's when we're done, we're done. Because in my mind, it's like, at least me, I've flushed out every possible option and I've tried my hardest to make this work. What are we now doing then? Now it's like, so then what was all of that for? Do you know what I mean? To think we could just be casual again? No.
What's your longest relationship?
My longest one now, I think, is 5 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
I know, especially for an actor, right?
Yeah.
So that's long. Before it was like 2 years was my mark.
Yeah.
That I was like, okay.
I can't even make it past 10 months. That's usually my mark. At 10 months is usually when I'm like, okay, that's good. Bye.
And is it that they end up doing something at that moment?
The icks, there's a couple of icks, and then I when I hit like 3 icks, I can't look at you. I'm disgusted.
It's probably healthier actually, because you're going through the process quicker as opposed to staying too long.
Yeah, and also it's like it's not a revulsion. I don't want to sound so harsh, but it's there's no negotiation, and it's so final when it's final. Yeah. Like it's almost like you can, when you're taking, like, some people say I'm easy to take advantage of. Like the people who work for me would say that about me, that because I'm always like, sure, take it. I'm like, that person's not out to for anything bad, and people are like, you're so naive for somebody who comes across as very in control of my own world. But I give a lot. You can go a longer. You can push me, but then there's a stop. Yeah. So that's what I've learned about myself. It's the same with men. You know what I mean? You can push me a little, but don't push me too hard.
Yeah, and you clock it all the way.
Well, I don't know. I think as women, we realize, I think as we get older, you're 39. You're okay with me saying that?
Totally.
Yeah. You should be, right? You're 39. We were just talking about aging and how, coming into, now I trust my gut so much more than I used to. I don't question things. I know what I'm like, think about it. If I'm on the fence about something, really think about, what does your judgment tell you? Because this is what got you this far. So
it's one of my favorite things of being a woman. The universe giving us the gift of women's intuition. Oh, God, I love it so much.
And some women don't know to listen to that intuition.
And that breaks my heart.
We block it.
We're gonna deal with that today with our callers, by the way. We're gonna take callers, and you're gonna give advice, and it's gonna be a lot about women's intuition because you do, like, what would you say to anyone listening about knowing how to listen to your intuition?
I don't know, because to me it's such a loud voice. And I guess I never thought that in some people that voice would be quieter.
Right.
You know what I mean? To me, it's just I don't know. Maybe it's, in layman's terms, that Jiminy Cricket, right? That thing that's like, or yep, go for it, whatever, right? It's not always negative too. And I think people don't realize that. Sometimes it's just that little.
It's like a nudge.
Yeah, it's that little you. That's the truest of you. And sometimes it's telling you a piece of it, like, right? It's not sometimes telling you this is the game plan of exactly how to do everything. We'd be completely different people if that was the case. But it's a nugget, a significant nugget that sometimes, right, it initiates that trigger or that red flag, right? Of like, just clock that, watch that, be observant of that. It could be just that. 100% is women's intuition. And then sometimes it could be a little more witchy, if you will. And it's right before
I love witchy
something
things.
happens, you're like,
yes.
Hey, I know you said you're going to go on that date with that guy. I don't know, girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they go, something happens, and you're like, I relayed the information. I don't know what to tell you.
But I do think it's something, it sounds like you are someone who's been in communication with that still small voice for a long time. I do think that if a woman is just starting to learn to listen to it, especially after having made some mistakes, like the more you listen, the stronger it becomes, and the more you follow it, the more in touch with it you can become.
I think for people who don't have that gut, when people like that it is a matter of actually sitting with yourself and like literally getting into meditation and literally trying to understand who you are when it's quiet and like sitting with your body, you know?
That's a key point, right? So then I think essentially that might be that people are running from themselves and making themselves busy enough at distractions. That's right.
Right.
So they don't have that time to sit with themselves. Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. And we're back.
We're back.
Didn't even grab for my cigarette.
She's like, what? We're back. We're back with Da'Vine Joy Randolph, not to be confused with Chelsea Joy Handler. There's a lot of. Do you feel? I take it. I take my middle name very seriously. As a pride, like a provider of joy. Do you feel that way about the name Joy?
Yeah.
Good. I love that.
Yeah. And is it actually your middle name? Because some people that have Joy have a 2-name first name.
No, it's my middle name.
It's your middle name.
Only Joy. Yeah.
Yeah. But it sounds so beautiful together.
Thank you. I didn't really appreciate my middle name until I turned 40.
The way it sounds with Chelsea is really nice.
Yeah, you're really right about that. I'm going to just change my name to Chelsea Joy after I marry myself.
I don't hate that. I like that.
I like it.
Well, here is a woman who is beginning to learn to listen to her intuition. Kay says, Dear Chelsea, I want to start by saying thank you for giving me the confidence to find my voice. Your podcast has been the nudge I didn't know I needed to start reclaiming my life and made me realize I'm not crazy for wanting more. At 22, I fell in love with a man 30 years older who promised me the world. I had dropped out of college, I moved to California, and built my life around him. Now, at 31, I've realized this is not my person. And at his ripe age of 61, he's not changing into the man I need or want. Looking back, I can see how much the age gap shaped our relationship. The power dynamic was never balanced. He always had more control, financially, emotionally, even in how I saw myself, and it's taken me years to recognize that. Over the past few years, I've started quietly rebuilding myself. I got my mental health in order, I started taking happy pills, and just landed a full-time accounting job that I love. I finally feel ready to leave, but our lease isn't up till May, and I want to hold out until then so I can save enough to move out on solid footing. The hard part is surviving the in-between. He spends part of his time away for work, but when he's here, it's emotionally draining. I have to mentally remind myself to respond when he talks. Our sex life is non-existent. And after a long day at work, he's the last person I want to see. It feels like I'm living with the ghost of a relationship that, in my head, I've already left. I guess my question is, how do I protect my peace and stay sane until I can leave? I feel like I'm just trying to play nice to make it to May, which at this point is like 7 months away. You've helped me believe that I can start over and actually be excited about it. P.S. Is it bad to keep the engagement ring and sell it? K.
Wow, there's so much.
There's a lot going on.
It's my favorite line.
I'm about to ask you, girl, are these normally the ones you get?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Wow.
That is one of my favorite lines from a letter ever. I have to remind myself to respond when he talks.
She's gone.
Welcome
she
to the world.
Remember, I told you, when you're done, you're done.
Yeah,
but not 7 months staying there. No, she has to get out of there. Why did she say? Is it a financial she can't afford?
Well, she said their lease is up in May. But she's got a new job. She wants to save up a little bit.
I would say get out of there.
where's the, yeah. If she has somebody like parents or, because she's still
friend, find a roommate.
Stay with a friend or find some cheap Airbnb, whatever you could afford. But I honestly, the energy suck that you're talking about is going to have, that's 7 months. That's not 7 weeks. That's going to have a negative impact on your
And they're already there. So I always say, don't let money control you. If money's a thing, you'll figure it out. And if anything, maybe it needs to be a little tough, humbling in those 7 months, because that's part of the rebuilding. Sometimes when you have hit rock bottom is where you get the most work done. But sometimes we can't always be in cushy, I mean, it doesn't sound all that comfortable.
No,
but
right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's nice that you're in whatever this house or place is, but like what that house and home represents is not what you want.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else and begin rebuilding.
Yeah, because your mental health is more important than how
I'm
much
glad
this
she's
is
working on it, but
it sounds like she is actually at the point where she's ready. Like if she was like, I'm just starting to think about leaving, that'd be a different story. But she's mentally gone. Like she's checked out.
Yeah, I personally just wouldn't let waiting for the lease to end to be the thing. Because also you could be on a payment plan and say, hey, take me off the lease. I'll pay the rest of the lease, my half of whatever.
Sure,
I don't know, but I would never let money be a reason to keep me in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Especially when the future's so bright. Like everything's
about
about
to
to begin.
30 what?
31.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good for you
Also,
for
I'll
making
say
the decision
this.
also.
Yeah, I also have to say she is actually quite mature for being 31.
Well,
and
she's
she
been
shouldn't
with a 6-year-old. That's
exactly. And she shouldn't beat herself up.
Yeah.
Because she met him at a young age and she's grown up in that process. So I wouldn't beat herself up, but now she's knows what she knows.
Yeah. Yep. So keep listening to
Matter
your
of fact, hold on.
voice.
That last line, we got the solution for her. Can I curse?
Yeah. Yes.
Sell the fucking engagement ring and get that to get out.
Yeah.
What?
Done.
Yeah,
Problem
definitely
solved.
sell the engagement ring.
Sell the engagement ring so you can get a down payment on an apartment.
Good catch.
Babe,
That's
you're
right.
out.
Yep. Excellent.
We just solved it. Get out.
Problem solved. Look, problem solved.
Problem solved.
What's next? We're on a roll already.
All right, here we go. So Shariah is going to be joining us here. We can actually put on our
Okay.
Our
can they see
headphones.
us?
Yes.
Because I have a very expressive face. Okay. Okay.
Great question.
Behave.
All right. So Shariah says, hi, Chelsea. I'm 27 now, but when I was 23, I got divorced. Thank God I got over that while I was young. I found that I was solely relying on my then husband to provide financially. I was working a shitty job and had some college experience, but no degree. After we split, I felt like I woke up and thought, what the fuck am I doing? This is like the after of the question we just read. I promised myself to never be reliant on a man ever again. I've worked extremely hard to be where I am now by completing my bachelor's degree and got a decently paying job to help me get situated again. However, I am now a legal assistant, which I find to be a soul-sucking job. I really only got a degree because most relatively good paying jobs require a degree in anything. As I'm sitting at my work desk now, I'm typing this and thinking about how I can incorporate my love of being active and outdoors into my career. But it seems almost impossible, and I don't even know where to begin or if a job like this exists. Do I continue being miserable at my jobs and then go hard on my time off? Or somehow incorporate my passion for being outside and not stuck in a corporate office into a career? Thank you, Shariah.
Definitely. Hi, Shariah.
Hi.
Thanks for your letter. This is our special guest today, Da'Vine Joy.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Okay, so yeah, you got to get out of that job. That's not gonna fulfill you. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you're gonna figure it out. Right?
Yeah.
It's not an option to stay in an unfulfilling job. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, and in this day and age, like with social media and stuff like that, like just start doing it. And it may be like, look, if that ends up being your hustle job and that's how you make your money, make sure you do just enough hours to pay the bills. So like, right, on the realistic side of things, you're taking care of that. But invest your creativity in a thing that you love.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, my question is too, in a world where you can do just about anything, or like, how do you even start to find out what you want to do or what you want to make your career?
Well, let me ask you this. Are you currently located in the type of geography that's the type of outdoors you like? Like, are you?
That's a good point.
You know, are you a desert person?
Yeah, I mean,
woods person?
somewhat. Yeah, I guess I'm happy where I'm at, but that's another thing too. Is like I don't have kids. I'm not married. I don't have anything holding me anywhere. So it's like
beautiful,
kind of overwhelming that I have all these things that I can do. So it's just like, where do I even start?
Well, first of all, Google outdoor jobs and then start making a list of things that seem fucking appealing. Let's start at the very beginning. Go on Anthropic. That's the new one I'm using. Anthropic instead of ChatGPT. Delete ChatGPT because those guys are monsters. Okay. Anthropic actually wants to regulate. They care about AI. They're actually responsible. One of these tech companies that is using really responsible. And it's not as quick as ChatGPT, but it's improving all the time and it's going to get there. Okay. So first of all, download Anthropic. Go on there and ask them outdoor jobs. Use AI to figure out how to curate the skill sets you have and the experience that you've had in the business world. What kind of degree do you have? Like a business degree or?
Yeah, business degree, general.
Girl, that's good.
That's great.
That's amazing.
I know. Listen, this is all great news. You're
wonderful.
Not married. You have no children.
Freedom.
You're young and you know you're
Options.
unhappy in your job. You're going to change all that. You have your whole life ahead of you.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So this is a very exciting time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Da'Vine was right. Like, start with you've got your job and start going hard on the weekends. And
also,
maybe go ahead.
See if you could do it remote, right? Because I feel like since the pandemic, there's still a lot of remote jobs so that you can still keep that going. And like you were saying, be in a location or at least balance your time so that you check in the hours and do what you got to do for that one, but that you have more free time and the ability to travel wherever you need to go to tap into that. And I think it's going to be about developing communities too.
Yes.
Right? So being around other people like-minded, that you're going to start to figure out where your niche is.
Yeah. Okay. And if you're finding that like just going hard on the weekends isn't enough, like my brother and his wife, they sort of did that. They got jobs where they could work about 4 days a week and then they live in the Pacific Northwest, so they just like go camping every single weekend and see waterfalls and beaches and whatever else. But then that wasn't enough for his wife, and she just went and spent a few years extra in school, and now she's like an arborist, and that's her new job. And she took a tree climbing class that was part of her coursework. Like there are these jobs out there, but as you start exploring, you're going to find out more about them as well.
And your business degree is going to come in handy because maybe you're going to start your own business. You know, what are you into outdoors wise? Like what are your passions?
I mean, like I like to hike, I like to trail run and camp, all those things. Mm-hmm. I like to ski, and like if I could be a ski bum for the rest of my life, I would love to. But
they have jobs doing exactly.
But also, I would eventually like to maybe buy a house or.
So then this is the business part of it all. So you either need to have a company where you're doing hiking tours, or you're aligning. What you could do is, let's put some luxury on this. Reach out to like top 5-star hotels. When you said with skiing, like hit up the Aspen network, stuff like that, where you can have your own kind of service, whether you're giving tour guides or ski tours or whatever, but as the business where you get to, on their dime, experience the things you love, have something where you're teaching them, and then you're staying at these amazing, do you know what I mean, hotels and locations. Yeah. I think right now it's this day and age of what are you an expert in? It's just your passion. What are you passionate in? And you can literally sell that as a commodity now. And you can do it in amazing and beautiful places. It's
like an outdoor adventure guide, you
know?
Like start with that concept
glamping or something.
And just and then you're gonna like put that down, you know what I mean? Put that into something, type that into something and see what comes up, where all the options are. You know, like how can you create a business around, like maybe it's a VIP service you offer people, you know, like when I go on vacation to places, I always have like a concierge service.
That's right.
And then they'll set up my activities, you know, they set up like, and this is all related to business, you know what I mean? Like you can make anything into a business now, but like something like that where you're basically planning people's activities, and whether that's outdoor stuff only or whether it's like vacation stuff, or you focus on skiing. Like, do you live in a mountain town yet?
I have before. I lived in Salt Lake City, but I live in Spokane now.
That's super outdoorsy. Is
Yeah.
it in Spokane, Washington?
Yeah.
It's super
I mean,
outdoorsy.
everybody in Seattle in that area loves outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
So you're in a good place to do that. So you just need to start networking, get a sense of like ideas, and just, you don't have to figure this out, today, obviously, but you're going to start thinking about it. And when you start thinking about it and putting your energy towards that, more things are going to come your way and you're going to meet more people. And who knows, maybe you're going to meet someone and you're going to start a business with another person,
Right.
but I would get very active in like all of the stuff that you like to do. Get active in the groups around that do that.
Yeah, you're actually in the right spot.
You can start a hiking group. You can start a hiking community for women, between this age and this age who are looking for community, or for women only, or whatever you're interested in. You know what I mean? You can start that with like 3 or 4 girls of your friends and then expand it. And then, kind of think about, which different directions you can take from there. But you're at the perfect time in your life. So take it seriously and you cannot be in a job that's unfulfilling.
Okay.
And
thank you.
I think just to kind of keep this energy going, I'm sure you have a book you can recommend as well, but go get yourself a copy of You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Read, I'm talking like a couple pages a day. And this is going to help keep your energy up, keep you thinking of good ideas, and really like shift your energy. Because I still feel like there's a little humdrumminess, and this is very exciting.
She's just called. I mean, she's going to still have the humdrumminess.
Yeah.
Let's get you out of that. Give her a minute, Catherine.
Okay.
I mean, I still do have to go back to work. So
you can't.
I'm going to have to do that for a little bit.
But you can't. No,
but you
absolutely.
can balance it though.
But and it's going to be infused with this energy now, because now you're going to be thinking about how you're going to make your way. Yeah. Is the remote option a possibility for your job to work remotely?
Yeah. And if I kind of just started, so in a few weeks, months.
Lean into that. So. 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, let's just start. It's great you had this conversation, and it's going to ignite more conversations.
Yeah.
So, and keep us posted. Will you let us know when you make your move and what you do?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I will do. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Right. Be an outdoor hiking guide.
Yeah, and I think luxury VIP, those are,
Well, that's my jam. I'm not hiking nowhere unless, is it Aspen Four Seasons? What are we talking about? She could have a real good time.
Yeah.
Well, I need a guide with me for whatever I do, because I can't be trusted to find my way back. No. You know what I mean?
Well, let's take a quick break and we'll be back with one last caller to wrap up.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. And we're back.
We're back. So
quickest break in town. I can't speak either now. Quickest break in town.
Quickest break. Christopher wrote in, his subject line is, he shut down and canceled our trip. So Christopher says, Dear Chelsea, I've been with my boyfriend for about 3 months. Things moved quickly between us, but we both felt it had real long-term potential. We had a few bumps. He's very type A, and I'm much more easygoing, but we've always managed to talk things through. Recently, we took a short practice trip before we planned a 2-week vacation in Europe. During a sunset cruise, he got upset with me over something small and completely shut down, to the point where he acted like I didn't exist. It was really painful, and we eventually moved past it. Fast forward to now, I planned almost the entire Europe trip, making sure it was romantic and thoughtful. A few days before we were supposed to leave, I mentioned I was playing tennis after work with a coworker. When I got home, he refused to speak with me, and after a day of silence, he told me my location didn't show at the tennis courts, even though it did. He wouldn't hear me out, he shut down again, and ultimately decided not to go on the trip. I'm heartbroken and confused. I care deeply about him, but I don't know how to move forward with someone who doesn't trust me and can't communicate like an adult. What should I do, Christopher? And I think, Christopher, you just got back from the trip by yourself, right?
Yeah, I went to Amsterdam. I changed the whole trip and did a solo trip to Amsterdam.
Oh, honey, that's
so
ridiculous.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Did you get any action on that trip to Amsterdam?
He can't say that
so
publicly.
Okay.
So a little update.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A little update on that is, so I went and I shut my location off because I didn't tell him that I was going to Amsterdam. And
smart, because he's really into the locations.
And I may have downloaded Grindr. So
yeah.
Okay. So have you broken up with this boyfriend yet?
We are on break. We are supposed to talk this weekend about next steps, but I'm kind of hearing from my friends as well that I should run. And they always wanted to tell me that.
Oh, they
said
said
felt
they
that
always...
from jump?
How long has it been? How long?
3 months.
3 months. Yeah.
This is around that time.
Together 3 months, but like seeing each other about 5 to 6, kind of dating and then dating.
Just get away from him. Get away from him.
He's got a lot of work to do.
You can't be with someone who can't communicate and that shuts down like that. He needs to go to therapy. And until he goes to therapy, you have nothing to do with him. Period.
Yeah.
Sorry. Listen, it's not 3 years. Be happy. It's only been 3 months. And
I was going to say that. You got the sign quickly. And it's hard.
Yeah.
But they showed you, and it doesn't mean that people can't change, but you saw what you need to see early. So at this point, right, you can stay in it if you want to, but you know what you're signing up for. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like...
Grinder is what you're signing up for, basically.
Yeah, I think it's on me too. I think what I need to work on is I become kind of a U-hauler a lot. And I really U-hauled this one to where I'm like, was ready to move in. But then I realized, what if I move in and he kicks me out because I was late home?
Yeah, he's unpredictable.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen.
And the silent treatment is like toxic, bordering on abuse.
It's called withholding.
It's really bad.
When you give someone the silent treatment, that's withholding and it's abusive. Because and it's also so immature, like it is so unevolved and so not worth your time. It's disrespectful to you as a person to think that that's okay.
And I guess to me too, it's kind of a sign of them just wanting to hurt you and not wanting to work it out, because it's like, we have all day, like, let's talk it out. They're choosing to really lock into that pattern, but they just seem I think you would just literally be on pins and needles around this person the entire time.
Yeah. And then the location off, like what I actually would like to hear this conversation that you have next with him, because you know that he was tracking you while you were gone and you turned your location off. I'm surprised he's even talking to you.
Right. And not upset the fact that you turned the location off.
Yeah, I think what hurt me the most though was everything was like perfect. Like as in a day before tennis, we were going on this trip, but I honestly did play tennis. And I think for me, it's like I started to get in my head of like,
of course, because you care.
I did play tennis. Like I didn't lie. And I think that's what really got in my head of me starting to gravel and be like, please, like, let's fix this. But like, I didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly. Because you want, that's a natural reaction. You really care about this person. You may be even in love or love this person and you want it to work. But at the same time, it also should reveal to you, like you were saying, the amount of work that this person needs, because it seems as if, to put it politely, they can very easily get triggered and set off on things that aren't even there, right?
Yeah.
So
that's not about like his fear of that. That's not about you. Yeah,
you're experiencing stuff and hurt, which is legit, right?
Yeah.
That you had nothing to do with before you even came into the picture. That's coming up for them, and they don't know how to process or deal with it. And it's not to say that they're a bad person. At the very least, they need the time to work it out, and maybe. But you know what else sucks? Can I just say this? Sometimes the most fun, exciting, swept up be the craziest ones. Do you know what I mean? Like, it can feel, I sometimes in past relationships would get, over time, I was starting to pick up on these kind of, I'm saying this to say, you're not the first one to experience this, so don't feel like you're alone in all of this. And sometimes it's not for everyone, but those fast and furious, heavy, you also get fast and furious bullshit too. You know what I mean? Like, there's two sides of that coin with that kind of personality. And so it seems like you're also seeing, not to say it wasn't real and what you guys felt is what you felt, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes love is a little bit more boring and a little bit more, it's not always high voltage, and it's sometimes because those people are like a little more higher strung, and you're going to also get those highs of the bad highs too. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
I totally makes sense. I think, but you always have to look at these moments as with gratitude. Like, thank you for showing me who you are. Thank you for not wasting my time. It's not a struggle. You don't have to make it this big struggle. And like, I don't know, is it, what do I do? What do I do? You know what to do. That's a bad sign. He has work to do. If he wants to do work and come back, great. You can talk to him in a few months after he's had some therapy. But this is not how you're going to go through life. Yeah. So that's the end of that story. You got the message loud and clear, right? Problem solved.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely solved because I was also I was going to propose too.
No.
I had a
Other
ring.
direction.
Yeah,
Propose. Propose. No.
I'm so glad you called in today.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No.
That is really
You didn't
funny.
know. It was no one really knew besides one friend.
Oh my God, this is a gift.
Your secret
No,
safe
truly,
with us.
100%. It was a gift. It was a
Yes.
big
That's the
big
universe
gift.
stepping in to tell you wrong decision.
And
okay?
also, you have a big, beautiful heart. There is someone out there that's going to be down for all of that and will reciprocate the same exact thing back to you.
Yes.
And this relationship and the relationships in the past will all make sense when you meet that person. I promise you that without even knowing you. So continue to be your beautiful, full-hearted self, and the right person will be able to handle all of that and give it all back in spades.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think I learned I need to take my time. I don't need to rush.
Mm-mm.
I think you said that too. Like,
There's a lot of men
out.
out there. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it.
All right, Christopher.
Thank you,
Godspeed.
Chelsea.
Godspeed.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
calling in.
Yeah, love you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Well, that was really good advice. You know what? I like the intensity with which you are. We're paying attention to these questions. I appreciate.
Oh, this is serious.
I appreciate your attention to this matter. because
Absolutely.
You really, really were.
My
paying
soul
it.
left my body when that man said he was going to propose. I got so scared.
We didn't even get into Only Murders in the Building, Da'Vine.
That's okay, but thank you for watching, everyone.
I love that
Yes.
you asked for him to do a scene with Meryl Streep because.
Oh yeah, girl, you gotta ask for certain things.
That's right. You
There's
do.
no
have to
way that lady's
ask.
gonna be in this building. I'm like, oh no, it's okay.
So you can catch Da'Vine. She's a new movie. It's Eternity. It's out in theaters now. You can catch her on Only Murders in the Building, and it's such a joy to sit down with you.
Oh,
it's
thank
such
you.
a joy.
Yay! A double joy.
Triple joy day. It's a triple joy day. Thank you for being with
Thank you
us
so
here on your
much.
wedding day.
Oh.
Thank you.
The word of the week is efficacious. Adjective, having the power to produce a desired effect. Efficacious. Used in a sentence, everyone knows that women are more efficacious at problem solving and multitasking than men. Efficacious.